site, it's going to be an instant retake.
So many players in and around this A side. Sangal, they want to try and press the fight before this bomb even gets planted.
imoRR does find the opening kill. Denis to fall first and foremost. faveN's going to get that bomb down. Finally, imoRR's going to start taking face. slaxz follows suit on logic man to get his trade. imoRR's getting up close and personal. Sensi wraps around the back lines, captures slaxz in the back of the head. And speaking of backs of the head, Spiidi's going to see a lot of backs here. Smoke's about to clear. The nades on the wall. Kressy comes up with a kill. He's going to get overwhelmed. But now Spiidi lurks him into the smoke. Sees them all. Catches off tag on the one player. Get a headshot on a close player towards the site itself, but cannot deal with Paz and Major. The crossfire lock. The headshot lands. And the pistol goes the way of Sangal.
And just look at how much pressure Sangal apply out towards that A side. They start taking jewels before the T's even get comfortable, before they can get...
Being one of the newer blood here for the Sangal side. Sprout sprayed through, Denis catching Paz. Kill bounced up things off. Sensi's going to try get a trade, but Spiidi and slaxz can converge in on that ramp control. A 4-on-2 now as imoRR and logic man. Last couple of players remaining. Smokes down, incendiaries up. slaxz is going to get driven away alongside Denis, so they do stall for time here, but Sprout have the major numbers game. imoRR's going to learn that the hard way. Does get one good trade at least.
That was such a gutsy play coming through for imoRR, but it was one that was necessary. Got to get some of the pitch back, and now we're in a 2v2. How's imoRR doing this all by himself?
Back to even standings all of a sudden. And maybe this might be a bit more difficult than Sprout initially anticipated. Logic man as well as Denis with his knife out, and Denis has no idea he's put... Catches the right place at the right time, facing on logic man. Facing, wins that first fight, not ready for the second man. Logic man secures his double and quite find anybody at side alley. Denis takes face, Paz takes the kill, opens things up nice and quick in the round.
So many players out towards the A side, and now for the CTs, they're actually putting some force into trying to retake this ramp control. Major swinging out very aggressively. faveN at least gets a trade, but they've got to get more out of that.
Push forward, slaxz. As soon as he peeks up, he's going to see two. He ducks back down, doesn't want to take that fight.
Oh, another trade coming back in favor, but slaxz is so low. The beast
damage. The bomb will cross back here towards default. Logic man is going to try spray through. The smoke goes down to cover off, and slaxz does get caught by imoRR in the back. Trade from kressy to a 2 versus 2. And logic man continues pressing forward. There's a gap in that smoke that Spiidi's going to try exploit. He can't see Sensi though. Sensi takes the frag, and it's all left to kressy. 15 points of health. Sensi makes it a triple. And a sensational 5th round here for Sangal.
The youngster's really showing us the form that he's got to offer. Great.
On this clock, opening engagement going to be taken out by Paz. Can't quite win it out, but neither does the T-side player. kressy does open up the frag instead. Finding logic man a long run. imoRR with the trade. faveN and Sensi going back and forth. As Denis tries to swing around that corner to find 2 more CTs. Only the one actually. No idea that Major's out there. The AUG spray not good against slaxz, and the bomb part can come down.
Nade going down on towards the side that could deal with slaxz, not quite going in the right position at the right.
Will be in the smoke, and there is a kit right behind him. He's going to tap that bomb, try to force them out. Flashbang, spray through. They both face together, and slaxz wins the fight. About this default once again, we've seen that from them previously, which is what gained them their confidence. Get these couple of rounds on the board. The one lurker out of ramp of faveN is caught off by a 3-man peak. Are suppressing, and Denis cannot seem to catch an angle or a frag here. He'll get sprayed blind by logic man instead, as slaxz finds the response. The bomb's got to go down now though.
Get that plant in, try and see if they can get some more jewels coming in. Sangal have got so many players and so much spam coming in through the smokes.
The man advantage for the CT, trying to jump their way across position. 2 players facing back towards the stairs as Major goes falling. Logic man and Sensi get 2 trades on the site though, so it's all left to kressy. They're so heavily tagged up here that he can spray them all down in one foul swoop, but they're not going to get that chance. Sensi jumps up top of the orange boxes, gets the headshot in, and gets the 6th round for Sangal.
Hey, Sensi is having one hell of a map, and you've got to remember too, this is Sprout. This is a top 30 team in the world.
It is a CT side, which we know that Sangal have been favoured on in the past. But Sprout are continuing
fight early round, then other times they sort of hold a little bit back, they take it a little bit later. Denis has got a great lurk out from mid, but logic man still catches it.
The Spiidi, but not a whole lot here. That one will get to site, it should get planted here.
What is logic man doing? They had a man advantage and he just flies through the smoke.
I didn't see that coming. Well, Sprout did. Frag found to a 3 versus 3, and now they can't set themselves up for the post plant. imoRR with a swing out of his own right. Paz is trying to cover off side alley, but he's back in the corner now. He's got to get a trade, and finally he does. Major, top of white. kressy is detecting him. He flicks back to the head and lands it. Paz taps the bomb. He's got the kit in play. With 2 players to win the fights against. Wins that first player out. Now trying to get back in the midst of the smoke. Tap on that bomb. Gets towards it. AWP with the face. Paz gets the kill. Has he got time for the defuse? Yes, he has. Paz with 3 kills, with 7 on the board. That's a concerning little feature for them. slaxz is the man that posts up the opening frag as he's
really passive, not really looking to take Jules early. Interesting going aggressive, gets flashed off. Beautiful peek coming in from faveN, and now it's a 5-on-3.
Smoke down towards the right-hand side. We'll focus on denis to the backline. Flashbang turned away from. Spray through, gets that frag. And now needs to get a couple more here. Another flash coming over. He doesn't actually face away from that. He does get a dink off, and Spiidi the nade back towards him. He does lose his life, but he does deny the bomb plant for the moment. Further utility inbound to allow logicman to set up here. They know that they've dropped that bomb on the default position, so if he can cover up across players, he can still deny it further, but kressy grabs it and rotates away.
faveN's got a backstab though. He's coming right in for 8. This should be the round winner, and now he's been able to deal with 1. It all comes down to logicman.
Yeah, and with him getting into the A site, he's also going to call out there's nobody else there, so the rotations, again, just come straight in. You get the bomb down on the A site. logicman will clear out B, realizing there's nobody here except slaxz waiting on the site. And his shot will connect for his 3K. For 3 rounds for Sprouts. Wonderfully done there in that round. And again, but the double ops are out for Sangal to try to put that margin back in. Glass candle for imo in particular, but he's caught completely flash blinded.
logicman, unless he does a lot of damage, probably just has to be a safe call. He's just getting swung on, and for the CTs, probably just has to be a safe mid.
Yeah, I think so. Round 14 is going to see no major by round 15. Probably have to bring the weapons out.
And you're really just giving so much momentum up for Sprout, giving them that extra round rather than forcing it up. And now with Major falling, I think the whole idea of maybe the half buy is so much more likely now that there's only 2 rifles being saved in. This could be quite the firefight.
Straight in, straight out. faveN, first man up and out against Major. logicman going to try and get that trade. Incendiary will keep them away. Spiidi's going to get tagged very heavily. Paz comes up with 2, almost a third. The damage done to faveN and slaxz is pretty heavy though. And Sangal, they have control of it. Can they get the man front definitively? No, they can't. faveN strikes with 2 for the quadra. imo now up for the 1 versus 3. Sees his man, can't catch him, looks to the right as well. No idea that kressy's so close, and now slaxz is the angle on Yorp shot. Can't get slaxz to fall though, and still no info on kressy. Now he does, catch that frag. slaxz peeks out of the wide, and imo gets himself towards the site itself, but has no idea. slaxz connects his kill in the end, denies the clutch.
The Sangal.
denis just taps, the flashes go over, the bomb plant is planted a little bit open towards the back of white. And Major on a backstab, speaking of which, faveN has no idea this man hits him in the side of the head. No, Major misses the shot and misses the chance to thin out Sprout replay. Flashbang coming in, imo's going to get caught off guard. Paz trying to get his trace back. Oh, he flicks to the second head, makes it a triple. Off for the quadra against Spiidi and lands that as well. Ace time faveN, 4 bullets in the magazine. He only needs 1. Stairs though. This could be the kill found on the first. Not quite the second or the third, but tags against those 2 players.
At least they get that trade back. Looks like they want to try and boost some players up towards banger. Major waiting for that coming in, but Spiidi still wins the fight.
1 versus 3 gains. Sprouts getting traded back as Spiidi's backstab is dealt with. And denis watches and waits, peeks out at the right moment as imo sets the utility out. Quick peek, quick shot. Slow walk in, faveN. M4 forced back into the CT spawn. There's a headshot. That's an even man standing once again. But denis is all that remains to the defense. Can he hold off against 2? Attacking from very different angles. 20 seconds to the timer. He's waiting, sees the shoulder, catches Paz, gets that kill. logicman gets the wallbang shot, can't get a frag. Only going to try for a second shot. A third shot not quite connecting. Either denis to reposition on the site, and the pistol needs to come through for logicman. He needs to get this kill. Bomb plant, gonna get secured. No, it cannot. All slaxz has got to do is hide, and Sprout will win their 9th.
I don't think he had that information that he was able to tag him through.
11 HP for him, incendiary back. Paz will wrap around towards the back of white, the big box area. denis will get that kill on imo eventually. Tech 9 and Major is going to get overwhelmed. Paz does find a trade on the site in the interim, however. 3-on-3. Bomb plant will be secured. Paz going to press forward. He has no idea how close he is to the CT forces. Paz does get caught by faveN though, so back to the man advantage of Sprout.
Sensi's so aggressive with the AWP. Logic Man has got to try and bail him out, get away with this aggression. AWP finds the first, looking to buff it on the edge of the smoke, but Logic Man falls. It all comes down to the AWP, playing in and around the 1 versus 2. Sprout coming from the right-hand side. The missed AWP shot comes in, and Sprout get another retake, another round, and now we get tied up.
Evens again for the Germans. Sprout have been able to turn around again. As you mentioned, the 7-2 advantage that Sangal had to an 8-7 half to the favor of Sprout. And kressy is again opening up the opening kill. Logic Man found. And faveN catches imoRR as well. slaxz for the AWP is ready against Major, and Sangal just peeking in completely dry. No idea how to fight against this CT force. Finally, a trade is found by Paz, but it's 3 for 1. I think that's what Paz is going to try for here. Oh, he's been seen, sprayed through, catches the kill for kressy, and that's basically all the chances that they had gone out of the window here for Sangal. Sensi will get 1 good frag. AWP on the cross is actually flashed off position. Maybe Sensi can sneak out the bomb plant. The CTs have a lot of presence out here, however. Trying to bait in further shots to the AWP. He catches faveN on the tracers. Knows that Spiidi's somewhere close as well. Will he wait for the smoke to clear? I think he will do. Jumping up, making noise. Spiidi again continues to fire away. Not seen close to the right-hand side. Sensi tries to adjust. That second.
Not making those big plays. They're not converting these rounds.
Major gets the opening start. AK spraying forwards.
Now they've kept the player over towards sandbag. Sprout haven't really played this position very often, and slaxz isn't even getting jigged.
Oh, they didn't even check it on the side alley face. imoRR caught, 2 frags found. Major leaning forwards, trying to catch faveN somewhere, but no. Spiidi and faveN just easy cleanup, and this is a Sprout. Smokes forward, Spiidi caught off in the open. Logic Man scores the faveN in 2K, 3K spray. Can he get sexy as well? He can, and Sangal are just mopped up on ramp. Major feeling minor. 1v4 for him. This should be match point for Sprout. He'll fight against one, but not against the second.
Oh my goodness.
In the second one, he has come alive. Sprays through on kressy, catches imoRR to start things off. Now he's back on Sensi as flashes blind off the CT forces here. He's tagged to 40. And Sprout are inching closer and closer to the end of their map pick.
They're just getting desperate is really what it is from Sangal. They don't have the util, they're taking so many dry faces, and they're losing so many of these 1v1 engagements.
As a Major. Now just Paz standing alone, the 1v5 clutch. He got an ace in the pistol. But that might be the only one he finds in this one. Minute to fight valiantly, fight bravely. But fight in vain, ultimately. 16-10 for
Sangal. They're just going for a simple set piece.
Taps through on faveN, not catching any off the T-side players, I say that. And Sensi crosses out towards the ramp control and immediately gets his head taken clean off. And a 5-on-4 for the retake here. The bomb plant is going to be secured. Sprout are at the advantage.
Another flash coming deep, trying to take this CT control. There's a lot of CT players around this area.
He's forward here with a Glock, seeing at least one player. I think Paz may have spotted the second man, has tagged up faveN, but kressy and the backlines are going to become the main entity of this retake now, with pressure coming in towards connector. Paz got 3 players to find out here towards CT stairs, gets them both. Once again, 2 kills here on the pistol. Not quite ace potential, one's been taken away by imoRR already. The 2v2 situation, Paz still strikes, makes it a quadra. And again, nice nades on slaxz to start. Taking face, and slaxz blind fires to get 2 dinks to the head and drop the AK very early in this one. Major's best to go ahead and grab that. kressy getting another good frag. Can he find Sensi as well? May be able to do so. The MAC 10 forced away. A 5 versus 3.
Oh,
and
no.
2. Kressy's found another. And his Sangal's your momentum going to get shut down by a basic eco. It seems like that's exactly what's going to happen here as everybody goes forward.
And for the CTs, now they can build on their money because Denis, kressy, and faveN, they don't need to invest into any weapons, but at least the opening kill, now the flow can come out to be.
Damage was done by that HE, but imoRR doing so much more. 3 kills to his name, and that is what Sangal should have done in that last round. Straight in, 5-on-2, kressy, faveN have got to save. imoRR straight in with the 3K. Oh, we've lost faveN as well. He's just timed down. They lost the...
More just trying to sell the fake. Another plan to be.
It's on AUG out for denis, tagged up, imoRR gets the kill in, and up, none alive. These entries on this guy makes it another 3K! What did you have for breakfast, son? Because that is just stupid from him.
Oh my goodness.
They've got to save. kressy and faveN don't have a choice.
I will say as well, I know that imoRR does like a little bit of personal streaming. You know, sometimes in the late nights where I've got nothing, or the 5 respective between the two have been playing together, or at least against each other for years and years, are more actually being pressed in towards that top mid position, finally fighting the aggression with their own.
It took a lot of HP away from Spiidi though. And faveN with AWP in the back lines is backed up by kressy on the A side defense. I think he saw them swinging out from the ramp control. He gets the kill in on ngiN to drop that bomb to the 5 verse. Shot of slaxz misses out, so now Paz find a bit of an avoid in the last angle, but can't flash away out position. Major's got a distraction against that one frag, jumps up at the wrong moment, slaxz can get the trade, and he doubles up on towards Paz, leaving it all 15 seconds. Overwhelmed by kressy. And Sprout find their confidence. Slow walk out, Molotov again coming in from ngiN. Flashbang nades up, AWP seeing the underpass control, one shot comes in. Is this just a bait play though? Well, slaxz is going to continue to look for the man advantage once again regardless, alongside faveN with the other orb cross firing. 2 picks found now, Sangal out the apartment, slow walking this. denis and Spiidi. Crosslock pad out, M4 close, straight through on 2. And ngiN, now the last man left here. faveN will catch that orb pick instead. Like I mentioned before, plenty of cash available for them, and the fast exit comes through as a result. Flashes inbound, smokes down. kressy opens things up out towards stairs regardless. faveN gets caught ahead of the smoke. Major, a headshot pick in. Smoke down towards connected jungle is still in play. A bit of a gap there, but still kressy pushes forward of it, and Sensi punishes. Now denis also pressing on. Sensi still catches the frag. And 2 players left for Sprout. Sangal, that's a bit more like it. Their fast and loose play seems to feel much better than their default standards. Just compare the last couple of rounds and you'll see that for your own.
Yeah, Spiidi and slaxz just trying to see if they can work off one another. Major is pressed up so aggressively to the bottom of stairs, but there is a nade kill that comes into the mix.
Sensi tagged up so much here in the course of this round. Spiidi finds no more. Major turns around for it. slaxz is no now. No scope doesn't even connect. Major with a triple. And Sangal find that 6th. Ops continue to stay in here for the Sprout side. Sangal back in with the set-piece execution once again. imoRR strikes towards mid, opening up the round for the 4th or 5th time so far here in this game. faveN is going to get overwhelmed by Major and Sensi, combining with that flashbang, blinding him off. He was already suppressed behind the smoke, so 2-man advantage gains, and probably Sprout's best call here is the save. They're so suppressed.
I don't even know how denis gets back into safety, though. He's kind of put himself in a bit of a corner out from CT. It's going to be such a difficult position. Even gets jump spotted. Major just swings around the corner, pre-firing the whole angle. And for Sprout, I look at the A defense from faveN in particular, and I think to myself, he's got to be somewhere else out from CT or playing it differently, because he just keeps losing fights.
imoRR's hoping for the exits, won't be able to get the kill on slaxz, and once again in the early game, you're highlighting faveN as the main lacking force here for Sprout. Talked about him in the first half of Vertigo, and we're doing the same thing here for Mirage, it seems. 7-2 the board of Sangal. This was the point where Sprout having a bit of a difficulty in this one here. Swing out of the M4, denis immediately dealt with by ngiN. Sprout trying to regress against Sangal. It's not quite going out as well as they wanted it to. Sensi going to dive down towards underpass. Spiidi not going to get caught. He does get legged, and the P250 finishes the job. Sensi. Second putt doesn't quite go down, but he gets forced back to passive.
Yeah, kressy's got to be able to do a lot of damage out for the apartments. Get that first kill, put the smoke down, try and upgrade over towards the AK. Sensi. Oh, kressy! What's he doing? He's pushing the smoke! He actually made it work!
You're joking! If only they held the man advantage. The strike out towards the Astralis position. Paz now putting smokes in. faveN's going to try press forward to the smoke of his own right. Can he catch Paz off guard? If he could, he's play past and no, his back's turned. Paz is too close. Off the bomb carrier, and that might be enough here. 20 seconds, he's seen imoRR, but imoRR gets the kill instead. He's going to try and stop Sangal for as long as he can.
A bit of spam actually coming out towards the Palace position. Does actually deal with them more, so decent start coming through for the CTs, and now the XE coming in for the Ts.
Missed body block on the smoke there for slaxz. He can still make his way out of bench. Still holding in it. Dark. slaxz gets the kill. Okay, okay, hold on. It's another deco round for Sprouts. Sensi all alone for Sangal, a 1-on-4. An AK recovered for kressy as well to support it here towards Palace. Shots ringing out, all the angles to check. Sensi does get that one good frag, but got to isolate 3 more. 40 seconds to do so. kressy falls actually. Oh, it's against denis. Oh, can't make it. The quadra against slaxz. Was the A site, but they haven't committed towards it. Flash is coming inbound. Then it's going to wait and bait. AUG towards Spiidi will try bait them in towards the short control, and they'll look towards that angle as denis strikes for the kill to open things up against imoRR. Paz can't get the trade as much as he'll try. Meanwhile, ngiN with the bomb on his back to strike with the main T side force. faveN gets that kill. Sensi with a trade. One player in Palace, however, could be on for a chance. slaxz takes the player out of jungle, and Sensi can't adjust against him. Him and Paz are so separated from each other. The bomb's been seen as well. He's going to try rotate back into the B play, but as Paz goes falling, it's all left to him.
But there's just CTs everywhere, and slaxz even catches off, trying to dive back into.
And Paz taking several shots, 3 of them coming through, not quite connected to those shots of his own right. ngiN gets blinded up, but Paz does get the kill on faveN. Remember, he got a pistol ace in the previous one, the 4K as well on the T side for this particular map, but he, ngiN, and imoRR get cleaned up on the execute basis. Sprout, and on a 4 versus 2 scenario, kressy could get traded back. He's low HP against Sensi. Awkward shots, he runs out of ammo though. Denis can get the kill. It's all left to Major. The 1 versus 3 situation, looking to tap through on Spiidi. Does force out the reload here towards Market, so you know exactly where he is coming from. One shot onto Denis, lands to the head. No kits in place. He's got to act pretty quick, and Samax is just not going to let him go forward. Finding this time at very, very low. So we could be in trouble if we're not careful for the Sprout side. imoRR does get that 1 frag. slaxz there for the trade. Now the X has got to come through. It's playing in towards the A, so there's still a lot of CT presence out here, but they're starting to get thinned out. As imoRR and Major 4, Pastel back at Dark, waiting for his moment. Perfect chance. He's probably denied the round from there. 10 seconds. They're going to get a kill on him. They're suppressing. They're getting kills. faveN out of recover. Scout left back, picked up a bomb. Tapping it once. They're out of time. The round's been won. They've got to go for the kills, but they can't get them. One not checked angle for the T side costs them everything. Happy with that. But 12 to the border. Sangal, they can be happy with that much. slaxz is also happy with the opening nest. Smoke starts to clear. Do they think that he's down there? Or Sensi's going to take a fight in from Sniper's Nest with the AWP and pick 2 frags for it. He's going to try counteract it, but Sensi knows what's going on. He's got a 3K, potentially even a quadra on the player from Palace. The bomb dropped. kressy does get 1 good response out towards the apartment. imoRR's there, and kressy and faveN find their way back into the round. Up for that, Major can strike back from connector via the short position, 20 seconds, and faveN just gets the kill instead. Holds it, AWP gain. AUGs, the AKs, AWPs, and faveN straight in with the pick. Dry face out. Denis is already in ladder room as well. Sensi's going to get caught by faveN. Another good kill out towards the A site. So they thinned out so much the defense.
They haven't lost the A site, but they've lost so many numbers. And imoRR is so out in the open. He still lands a kill though.
Denis is acting on ngiN in this full situation and position from him.
Oh!
Paz. Kressy's seen him as well. I thought maybe Paz might sneak past to get a knife to drop the bomb, but not to be in the end. imoRR left alone in a 1 versus 4. And while, again, it took Sprout a fair while to get themselves back under control, but they got the momentum now. 10 up for the T-side line, and there's a pick for slaxz as well to get his kill involved. Who's going to see who first is the question. Well, action might come down towards the apartment instead. kressy caught switching to the AK. That's a kill for ngiN. 40 seconds. Sprout got to start moving.
Now, that's a very nice fight coming through from Sangal, but that's actually going to force Sprout towards a short play. They've got to deal with the 2 out from the apartments, and Denis loses the fight in from mid.
imoRR finds a kill on the AWP. slaxz trades it. Molotov back towards the back of the apartment. ngiN is going to be back there. He's going to flash his way out, indicating that he's definitely there. Bomb plant on short, getting tapped. Once Denis ready for Paz, baiting in the shot. The kill comes through. AK spray of ngiN connects it. 15 seconds now. Spiidi's pressured. Good flick back on a 180. Can't see the AWP player. In 10 seconds, he gets Sensi. Now goes for ngiN. Sees the head, sees the play. Smooth for the 4K. It's Spiidi.
Missed utility from the city side.
Sort of missed utility over on their T-side line, but it's not going to lead to an opening kill for Sprout. Sensi gets his pick. Spiidi follows suit on imoRR, so it's a 4 versus 4.
Sneak in around connector, make a bit of an info play out from jungle, flash over the top, the enemy loses the fight. Spiidi, how does he win that one?
Just a pixel on, a hair too quick for Sensi. ngiN in a slow-faced win out the fight against kressy, so Sangal is still taking...
Oh, does he just kind of just wait around, wait for the rotates to come back in from B? faveN's timing is perfect, and the CTs, do they go for this or save?
Making away from the murder hole, that's easy pickings for Spiidi. His triple involved, and now ngiN has got to save. They went through CT spawn. They kept that life engaged, and maybe there was a chance.
The last thing they want is one of those AKs falling. Spiidi's gonna go hunting. ngiN, oh, just holds on to it. That's a big one. And for so
far, we thought off the back of that vertigo, maybe they could have been a bit more confident, and they definitely are looking at like a decent side here on their map pick, but they're down, and faveN is winning.
More out from faveN. It all just comes down to whether he could draw the attention away, pull the distraction.
Scene 2 on a spray, was going to get the one and the secondary pick. Look back towards apartments, dink down by kressy. Bomb's been dropped, 4 versus 3. Spiidi strikes on Sensi to 3 versus 3. And a Molotov trying to force imoRR out. He still gets his triple, not quite the quadra. Now they're going to find ngiN, 2 versus 2. That bomb picked up, kressy's being baited, and the kill comes in at the right moment. It's all left to Spiidi. Molotov out, can't grab that bomb, 15 seconds. And both CTs for fine. Can he clutch it again? 10 to the clock, and Paz has the angle. Sense coming in from Sprout early into this. Spiidi's going to get tagged up early. imoRR spray, I think, connects to one player in the mid control, but faveN again wins the opening fight. Backed up here at CT spawn. Utility inbound. The AWPers watching stairs. Can't see denis. He jumps face though. slaxz gets a kill on imoRR, and now it's Major can try and strike back. Spiidi does find the AWP though. 4 versus 2. The man advantage sits to favor of Sprout, but it's so tradable here. This SMG leaning closer towards Spiidi, catching that frag as ngiN goes down. It's all going to be on Major to ace bluntly. Sees kressy next, but 3 T-side players can peek him. That's exactly set up to the B site. It's a scout in shot, not connecting the slaxz. His AWP is doing him one better. And ngiN out towards faveN, lines up 2 frags. That's important. That's a 2 for... I think that's because they know that Major could be in this position. faveN's timing it so well. He's won that fight! And the longest backstab that took forever to set up, wiped out in an instant. And Sangal, no kits on the retake, flashes inbound. They're going to wait here to return. Push forward on Paz. Look for the AWP. Flashbang forces him blind. He still peeks. 1 kill comes, and Paz and Sensi get 2 to return. They're so tagged though for faveN. This is winnable. His moment to get 25 frags in a round. No, he doesn't. Paz with the wide swing as the spray goes all over the place, and Sangal stay alive.
They give themselves a fighting chance. What a...
There to back him up, ngiN forced away with the Molotov and got 2 angles to check alongside imoRR. Paz is going to get found in connector. imoRR with his 1 pick back. Look for the second round of kressy. kressy gets the kill. ngiN there with the trade. Back and forth and all around. Wins the fight on Spiidi for the 2K. Third man out with a bomb on his back. It's faveN. He's to do it. Always back up so far away. Back and market. denis comes up at the right moment. And Major with his own backstabbing apps. 1v2 to win.
Oh, faveN so low, but denis may have just won that.
And if he puts that onto faveN, that could be the 1 versus 1. He goes back market to denis instead. Taps that bomb. No idea where faveN is. And GG's are in order.